Alright, y'all remember this dude Houston? Well, he had to pay the price and most people don't know why. I like that. Most people hear the word plant and don't know what the meaning is. Houston defines the word plant.
What's up, y'all? Find Out Friday, where I tell you about something you may not know about. So look, I know y'all familiar with the song by artist Houston called I Like that featured me and I-20. I like that, girl, turn that back. Oh, I like that, I like that. But did you know that was originally a single of mine? If you pay attention to right there at the end, right there, my song, I like the way you do that right there. If you pay attention to that song at the end where I say, I like that, track stars, yeah, I like that. That's where that hook came from. And so Capitol Records was looking for a record for Houston, and me and the Track Stars gave them that record, which went #1. I was just wondering if y'all knew that. Find Out Friday, your boy Chingy. So, you know, I always kept the hits coming. That record went #1. So the hits was steady coming. You dig? Peace and love. Find Out Friday, where I tell you about something you don't know. Peace.
When you look online, you don't see any information about the rapper Houston. But what you do see is the major key points on how he got in the industry. With only being famous for 2 years, rapper Houston proved the point that all success isn't always success. Rapper Houston attended Hamilton High School and participated in the Music of Academy. His music teacher told him that he was very talented and invited him to some classes. While attending these classes, he had a management team that would record him while he was performing in musical school. With all the performances he did, Capitol Records finally signed him. Most people don't have it this easy, but Houston did. In 2004, rapper Houston released his first debut single, I Like That, no pun intended. The song featured Chingy and Nate Dogg. Many people would be struck by how he got such large features without having a buzz, but the industry works that way sometimes. The single I Like That hit #11 on Billboard charts on the 200s, but something strange took place 2 years later. On January 27, 2005, Houston would have a nervous breakdown and gouge his own eye out. He claimed that the devil made him do it. While at a London hotel, Houston's bodyguard confirmed what he had actually saw. He said, I went to check on him before going to bed and I saw blood on the floor. Houston was lying on his bed with a towel over his face and I removed the towel to find his eye hanging out. He said he had to get the devil off his back and that's the only way he could kill the devil. Early on, Houston confirmed that he was raised in a Christian household, but the devil got a hold of him in that music industry. Many people believe that Houston had to pay the price for his first single to be featured in a McDonald's commercial. The story goes, Houston was getting ready to perform in London for a concert. He told his bodyguards he needed some time alone. During this time, he had smoked some weed and realized that it was laced with PCP. When he figured out that the blunt was laced, it was too late. Houston started to recall that he heard voices in his head, directing him to gouge his eye out or jump out of the window. During this time, Houston explained that he also heard voices from God as well. He confirmed that God told him that in order for him to leave the music industry, he would need to gouge his eye out. Houston then sat on the edge of the bed and contemplated on gouging his eye out. When his bodyguards came to check in on him, the door was locked. Houston then confirmed that he heard his bodyguards on the other side of the door, reassuring that the show was about to go on. Laying on the edge of the bed, Houston then put a towel over his head. And while a towel was wrapped over his head, he then proceeded to gouge his eye out. He then confirmed that his bodyguard asked him if he was alright from all the screams that he heard. Houston told him he was alright. Once the bodyguard alerted housekeeping and was able to get in the room, he witnessed Houston laying on the bed with his eye gouged out. Houston continued to scream and say the Illuminati told him to dig his eye out. Houston's publicist then confirmed that there were a lot of spiritual battles that took place in the entertainment industry.
Where I come from, it's a whole nother element. Where I come from, different from the Hollywood scene, which is why I stay in the background in the scenes, because it's too many Fruit Loops in the Hollywood scene, so I stay in the background. when it comes to, taking you someplace and making you do something and sugarcoating you, I say no to it. Basically, the record's clear, you know what I mean? I got an eye injury, you know what I'm saying, dealing with certain thugs, dealing with certain gangsters, dealing with certain mafia. I had to get out that industry, man, for a second and take a breather. Because everything was clobbering down on me. Everything was going a little bit too hard on me. I was blowing up. I went gold with that single with Nate Dogg and Chingy. The way they was marking me, I wanted to come out with my real record. That record was written for me. I didn't come out with that record. The clothes I was wearing wasn't really me. You know what I mean? I'm more of a harder nigga, as you can see. You know what I mean? They put that Michael Jackson jacket on me. Made me wear that jacket.
They said Houston wanted to work like any other artist because there was money on the table, Rowe recalled, but there was concern, and that's why I requested a doctor's note. Now, this doesn't seem like true concern. In my opinion, it might be more concern for the money on the management's end, but again, this is just me. He was out of control, in quotes, just doing things that were off the wall, things that normal people don't do. So when he went to London, we were told he blew it on the Choice FM Awards and that he was starting to regress. He was carrying around a Bible and just doing things that weren't normal. Again, I feel like carrying around a Bible may not be normal to some people, but to a religious man, that is everyday things. That is not out of the ordinary. This is what his other manager, Rankin, said. Capitol was requesting him on the road to do promo over in London, so Houston's family sent us a doctor's note stating that Houston was able to work, and we took the note and faxed it over to Capitol. Rowe continued, they finally got to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, barely, and that's where he got real bad. Houston wanted to hurt himself bad, and he was on the brink. When he got back to England was when I finally got the call that he stabbed himself in the eye. He was so off guard that he was trying to kill himself. Again, this seems weird if all of this is happening not to just send him home. If you're this worried and no one's actually taking him into care and sending him home, something's off to me. His sister said this, and she's going completely against all of this story. This is what she said after the incident. He is all right and in good spirits. He's not depressed, on any medications, or under any psychiatric care. He was just in surgery and he will be coming home soon. In a day or two, everything is well. She did acknowledge that there was something that happened to his eye, but called it an accident in quotes. Again, which also seems weird. So it seems to me like the family's not telling the truth, and the management isn't telling the truth, and the label isn't telling the truth, and the publicist isn't telling the truth. What really happened that night? She continued by saying, we haven't mentioned anything to Houston, but we're going to talk to him about what exactly happened. Houston would never inflict any harm on himself. He was under a lot of spiritual stress, and a lot of that pressure, I believe, came from the music industry. I just want everyone to pray for him. He is going through trying times. This is the last thing he needs. And this is all from an MTV article report that no longer exists because a bunch of articles were wiped away from MTV.
Let me know what y'all think. Did the Illuminati get to Houston, or did he just have a mental breakdown? Leave your comments below.